So, you know, the shit will be here. She thinks she is so slick. She is so worse. My granddaddy told me this years ago. He told me that's why I cut her ass off. And of course, I ain't tell her why. But at the same time, situations had a line to where it's just like it was more, there were more practical reasons, more logical reasons to cut her off than saying, "Oh, granddaddy told me you was going to try to molest my son." My granddaddy showed me that last dream. I blew that bitch head off. I said, "Oh God." I said, "Okay, granddaddy, I get it. I get it. I get it." She's sick. She been sick. It gets worse. The older you get, the worser it gets. You know. So is that it? She really thought she was gonna do it. I said no, she didn't. No, she didn't. Because at first I couldn't pick up what she was doing. I couldn't pick up why she did the spell. But I knew she was casting a spell. I'm just like, well, maybe she just casting a spell because she trying to have influence over people. You know what I'm saying? But no, she erased motherfuckers' memory of what they knew of her. And so she has been trying to be an actress of her life and put in what people see from her, they believe it. Because she knew I was talking shit about her. I exposed the fuck out of her. So she trying to cover her tracks. That's what you see, people be trying to figure out. I got sneaky bitches just like my mom. They're not as smart. They're not as smart. Nobody is fucking with my mom when it comes to that shit. Nobody is fucking with her. But these bitches, they stay trying. And I just be like, girl, you like a baby Martha. Because my mama, her name is, her maiden name is Mitchell. Martha Marie Mitchell. And when she got married to my dad, his last name is Stewart. So she became Martha Stewart. So I be calling her Martha. I be like, these bitches, you ain't meet Martha yet. Until you meet that bitch, you ain't a bad bitch. You understand what I'm saying? You a little baby out here. And that's why I can see your dumb ass. Shit be crazy. Hell yeah. And you got celebrities, out there that have been, I'm trying to tell you, people have been getting into the witchcraft like it's fucking pills, and it's black people. And this is why Black people do not have access to certain information, because you don't know how to act. And like when you start fucking, and this is another reason why Black people are being held back, like, because you're out here doing stupid shit. You have no idea how serious shit is that you be fucking with. You have no idea how it affects your bloodline, how it affects your ancestors. You see, people, they're not thinking about that. They're not thinking. They're so angry. All they're thinking about is getting whatever it is in which that they want. You want a man, you go out here and do some love spells. Like, all of that shit is keeping Black people stagnant when they fucking do this shit. And then you wonder why you can't get ahead. And then you stay living in the trauma, dealing with racism, trying to blame the white man. And it's just like, nah. After the shit and all of the shit that I know about what people have been doing, I'm just like, don't you dare bring up the white man. Don't you dare blame anybody else. You done been fucking with shit, and you ain't got no business messing with it. And you don't understand the seriousness that you're causing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't fuck with all that racist shit. Because, that tells me, and don't get me wrong, some shit is true. Racism is very real. So, yes, and I can see, when there's discrimination, against black and white and all this type of stuff, I can see it, but it's just like, well, whatever. If I see it, then okay, this is not for me. I used to go to a school. They didn't want to give black people scholarships. A lot of black people were upset about that. Like there were like 3 of us. One of them was real upset and she got the other one upset and they start trying to do this and do that. And I walked away. I was just like, well, fuck it. I don't know. They did all that and they still ain't get what they wanted. You know what I mean? And they sit around and they feel worthless. They feel like being black is low and inferior. You know what I'm saying? That holding on, motherfuckers gotta learn to let go. That's fucked up, but at the same time, it's nothing that you can do about it because that's a whole fucking university. You're not gonna go up against a whole fucking university and they're trying to keep you small. So when you enter into that shit, from the moment you enter into it, your fate has already been decided with that. So whatever. I mean, this shit be fucking crazy. Okay, pressure. Yeah, that bitch feeling the pressure. She feeling the pressure of her own words, her own projection. Yeah, because they ain't tell her ass. That shit ain't work. And they trying to get rid of her too. Is she blackmailing them or something? Because I'm trying to tell you, she gets evil. She may be trying to blackmail them. So they feel like they gotta do it. She may threaten to expose them. You know what I'm saying? She's willing to sacrifice and expose herself in order to be able to expose them if they don't help her. So I feel like they're coming up with a smart way as to how to get rid of her without her knowing that they're up to stuff. That's gonna work. She's not gonna know that they're up to stuff. So what else? Situations have changed, right? I alchemized that. Sure did. Okay, so I protected my sisters too. It's like now when it comes to my son father and my sisters, she's already performed that spell on them. So it's like she be trying to create curses so she can continue to put on this facade. You know what I mean? My thing is that I feel like she's fooling everybody else because everybody else is in 2 minds. They're conflicted about her. You know what I'm saying? My sisters, it's like, oh, well, that's mom and this and that. And of course, they can't go off of everything that I say, even though I'm right about the shit in which this is why I say I'm gonna have to separate from them because, they're like 1 foot in and 1 foot out. When it comes to warfare, you need to pick a side because I'm not going to sit up here and constantly keep trying to talk to motherfuckers and keep trying to protect them. I'm trying to live my life too. And one thing that I know is that, people have to find out stuff for themselves. So, and I understand they don't know what's going on. And then at the same time, I know it's real conflicting for them. So I have already made up in my mind, like, You know, I don't really care because there has been a lot of things that been going on behind the scenes that motherfuckers think I don't know about. You know, and I mean, I don't know. I just don't be caring because I know it's messy. It's a lot of people in messy situations going through a lot of messy shit. And that's what I'm saying. That's why my protection, you know, they conjured up another demon. So now I have 5 instead of 4. So that hit back, that clap back is tenfold instead of eightfold. So that's why she's feeling the pressure the way in which that she's feeling it. She don't know about them entities. You know, she conjured up one herself and she thought it went back into the portal. It's crazy because they try to open portals, but then they forget how to close them, that they got to close them. So, yeah, it is what it is, though. All you got to do is stop fucking with me. Just leave me alone because I don't bother nobody. I know the seriousness of what people will experience if they fuck with me. I know the seriousness if I fuck with somebody else and I don't discern them correctly. You know, I know the consequences. So I'm on my best behavior. Motherfuckers could believe that or not. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the results are going to speak. So I don't have to say shit. You know? You going to be out here getting fucked up and don't know why and don't know what's happening to you. If it's 5 entities and you got a family, it's going to rip through that family too. It's just best to just leave me alone. If you don't love me, if you don't like me, you have to stay away. You have to just leave me alone. You can't come trying to play me. You can't come trying to be fake and phony. You can't do those things. You just have to leave me alone. You understand? That shit crazy. So anyway, I'm about to get some more sleep because I'm tired. I just want to chill. I do want some crabs. I might get some blue crabs later on. But my damn baby daddy cooked all that damn chicken. Chicken and rice. He bought me a chocolate cake. My son picked it out. He bought it for me. So, I mean, I don't really get, I mean, you know, I don't be trying to celebrate my birthday like everybody else. Everybody be trying to, yeah, but I mean, you know, it's nothing wrong with that. You want to do it big for your birthday. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, I don't really be caring about that. It's just another day. Like, I don't celebrate holidays. I participate because of my son, you know, Christmas, you know, and Halloween and Valentine's Day, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I could care less. You know what I mean? Makes me feel like Dracula. In the end, I hope it's you and me. In the darkness, I will never leave. And a lot of the times, you know, I just want to be left alone. But I don't know, I might find something to get into, but not really. I want to stay in the house. It's going to be hot. There was a lot of things that I wanted to do before my birthday came. Like, there were things I wanted to take care of about myself. Personally, dealing with hygiene, dealing with self-care, self-love, and then with work and, things, projects and stuff. I wrapped everything up so on my birthday I can just chill. I could just chill and relax. I do want some crabs though, but I got these nails on. It's hard to eat them crabs with these nails. But anyway,